This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, it is. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Simple Spring Meals. Simple Meals with Chef Susan Maddox. We are so lucky to have her with us tonight. We are very, very excited to learn about these simple meals and to bring a little spring inside, even though it's not the best weather right now. So, just so you know, we have a few things coming up at the library. This week is actually National Library Week right now. So, if you come in, we have special programs and activities and raffles and all sorts of great fun. So, you can come in and enjoy all of that. We also have trivia night on April 18, which is a Monday at 6:30. So join us for that. The new Naturalism in Landscape Design is Wednesday, April 13 at 6:30. National Gardening Day is a special day that is Thursday, April 14, and we're going to celebrate it with the National Gardening Day with the Palos Heights Garden Club and the library celebrating together. So you can come in for bookmarks and seeds while quantities last. Two more things that we have going on pretty soon. We have a Betty White Remembered program. All right, coming up Thursday, April 21 at 6:30 p.m. We also have a Poland in Chicago program coming up on Tuesday, April 26, also at 6:30 p.m. All right. Just so you know, all mics are muted tonight and cameras are off. If you have any questions for Chef Susan Maddox, you can put them into the chat. We will be sharing the recipes in the chat, just so you know. And we will put them in there very shortly. And we are going to put up a poll about how many people are watching right now. So if you could just quick answer that poll that comes up on your screen. How many people are watching? Just you, +1, +2, +3, etc. If you could just quick answer, we'll leave that up for just another couple of seconds here. Oh, we'll leave it up for a minute or two. Sorry about that. All right, and then I'm going to post there you go. There's the recipes in the chat. And without further ado, I give you Chef Susan Maddox. Enjoy.
Hi, everybody. I am Chef Susan Maddox. I am here for Simple Spring Meals. As we were talking before, some of you, when you first arrived, there is asparagus in the grocery store. There is so many great things, blood oranges and strawberries, and spring is around the corner. We're in it, but I need the weather to be here with me. I'm making 3 recipes tonight. We're going to start with a wonderful salad that you can make at home, you can take with you. It's a great one for something different, because that's what we're always looking for, something different, but also something that you could take to a party, and you could have this as an entree, adding a protein to it. But we're going to make a baby spinach, avocado, shaved red onion, and grapefruit salad. Okay. And like I said, the blood oranges, I saw some blood oranges. I could use blood oranges versus the grapefruit, but we have a wonderful vinaigrette and a couple added toppings. I am going to show you how to make a grilled or seared salmon with an ancho chili cherry barbecue sauce. And I like making this because I can make the barbecue sauce ahead of time. I can use it. It's wonderful on our salmon. Like I said, I could sear it or grill it. And I can make the barbecue sauce ahead of time and top it, or I can use it also on a wonderful turkey, chicken, or even a burger with some blue cheese on a brioche bun with this barbecue sauce. But last but not least, again, the strawberries are here. My rhubarb is already up and getting beautiful. I have ruby red ruby red rhubarb, say that 10 times fast. I have that growing at my house, and it's already starting to come, but I picked some up. Strawberry and rhubarb go hand in hand. I'm going to show you how to make a little individual strawberry and rhubarb pie. Well, I hope you enjoy, and like we said before, all questions please put in the chat, and we look forward to answering your questions at the end of the video. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Buddy, guess what? Simple meals for spring or summer. Again, I was all set to grill outside, but guess what? Tut tut, as my friend Winnie the Pooh says, it looks like rain. So we're inside today. I'm gonna make a great 3-course meal, fun salad, a little bit of barbecue salmon, I know, and last but not least, a great strawberry rhubarb pie. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's start making the salad. So today it's baby asparagus, but I'm going to have red onions, grapefruit, and avocado, okay? So we're first gonna start, as you know, first we want to make our dressing so it can sit off to the side and the flavors can come together. So here we go. I have some Dijon mustard that I'm putting into my container here, into my bowl. I have red wine vinegar, and I'm going to use it to clean off my spoon. I have balsamic vinegar, and I'm making a small batch. Those of you who know me, I'm married to Chef Michael Maddox, so it's only the two of us. The kids are grown, and we're home alone. Okay, so we're going to set this off to the side. I don't know about you, but if you've noticed, guess what? I've got my herbs ready to go. I just need Chicago weather to join me. So I've got some beautiful rosemary, some basil, some thyme, and some oregano. Well, the great thing is, keeping them small like this, I can go ahead, I can keep them inside here. Once they start getting bigger, definitely when the weather joins us, we can take it outside. So, I don't know about you, I'm thinking about some fresh thyme. So I'm gonna cut a little bit of thyme here. Okay.
Time on your hands.
Time on my hands.
Sorry.
Okay, and I know that it's nice and clean because they live on my, it's a beautiful centerpiece to my eat-in kitchen table. So I'm just gonna chop it a little bit, little fresh thyme, and the stems are so tender that I don't need to worry about stripping them to add into it, okay? And if you don't want to use thyme, my chives are beautiful. I could also use my chives. So, in we go. I have my whisk, and I'm whisking back and forth, okay? Whisking back and forth. And now I'm going to add my oil. So, the oil on the recipe says canola and extra virgin. Well, as you know, I use a blended oil. It's 80% sunflower oil and 20% extra virgin. So I'm going to have a stream.
Can I jump in just for a quick second, if you don't mind? A quick technique at home, a little trick that we can use.
Here he is, Chef Michael Maddox.
So as you're doing that at home, this works, but if you're making a vinaigrette or something, what's also nice is you take like a lot of times they would teach you, I'm sure you learned it, but you'd take a towel, you'd wet it, and you'd wrap it around the bowl and have the bowl sit inside that nest. But we find sometimes this is a great way if you're by yourself, is take a pot, you kind of pot out of your cabinet, and now set that inside of it. So now you can whisk, and that pot doesn't move.
And the great thing is, whisking back and forth, it will emulsify faster than you whisking in circles. Whisking back and forth helps break down the product and emulsify, and we're not adding so much air. Could I do this by a machine? You bet. Could I do it in a blender? Sure. So back and forth we go. I know I'm going to have extra dressing. I know that. Do you know why? Because I can use it later, right? Aren't I fun? So, we're going to set this off to the side. Now, I need this pan, so we're going to set this here. Move Michael's towel. Here we go.
I just think it's a nice little technique, or if you're dipping candies or chocolate, it's just a nice little technique to do.
Okay, so let's talk. We have onion. We're gonna put red onion in. And it's like your typical, I know there's a lot of spinach salads out there. The strawberry with poppy seeds, strawberry with bacon, onion, hard-boiled egg, and you know, that wonderful bacon dressing. We're just having a little bit of fun. So I have a towel underneath my board, and I have my board to the edge of the counter. So then, you notice my board's not moving. I took a red onion, and I've cut it in half, and it had the root. So I've cut the root out, and I'm gonna set this off to the side. Now I'm gonna take my knife, make sure that I choke up on the knife, and down I go. I bring it to the edge of my board, so then I can go ahead and thinly slice. Now, the thing is, you're gonna get to a point where it's gonna start to get top heavy, okay? So then we want to go ahead and turn that, so then when we cut through, nice thin slices, okay? So we're gonna set this here. We have our onion. Now we have our grapefruit. So I like using grapefruit. Sometimes I just want to tell you, honesty in our relationship. I miss seeing you guys out at the library, but sometimes I cheat. If I don't have grapefruit, I'll use some mandarin oranges, I'll use blood oranges, I'll use, I always have oranges at the house, but today I'm doing a grapefruit. So we're gonna treat it just like cleaning a melon or cleaning oranges. So we're gonna cut the top, and I've washed it already, and the bottom. Okay, down we go. Now it's round, so we're gonna treat it just like a melon. So, see, I didn't even cut in.
Pretty thick skinned grapefruit, that's for sure.
It is, there we go, now it's coming. So you notice when I'm cutting, I'm curving with the grapefruit. Isn't this nice? So you can see the actual curve of my peels, okay? So down we go. And I know you're thinking, Susan, couldn't I just buy that little cup that already has a grapefruit segmented? You know me, your house, your rules. So around we go. Down and around, we're almost there. Well, the great thing about this grapefruit is it's gonna give us flavor, but I just wanna share with you. See how nice? Oh, smells great. Okay. I am going to go ahead and take this and cut in between. I'm going to segment my grapefruit.
So like grapefruit supremes, correct?
Yes. So down we go. And you notice all that grape juice, it's going into my bowl that has the dressing. Okay, so we get that extra flavor. So down I go. So I am coming in between, so I take my paring knife and I'm going in between the natural division of the grapefruit. Down we go, down we go. And I know some people are nervous about doing this, but don't forget, the center is there and you're gonna be fine, okay? Here we go. Look at all that juice going in. So, down. We're almost done. And all else fails, I'll smell great, right? So, if you're looking at our salad, we just need spinach. We have our spinach, and I'm going to put that extra juice in here. Yum. Okay? Like I said, I am going to smell great. So, little citrus salad. I've got lemon soap to wash my hands. Okay, let's get the salad done. So I've added the juice, so I'm going to go back and quick whisk my dressing. Okay, now we've got our dressing. I'm ready if you're ready. Our dressing, our greens, and our avocado. So an avocado, I don't know about you, I always buy mine at least 2 to 3 days before I'm going to use it. I want to make sure that it still is firm, but it's a little soft. So I'm going to take my knife, I'm going to come through, cut it in half, and then twist. Ta-da! I know. I'm as excited as you. Do you know why? Because we're taping this. I would hate to not have a beautiful avocado. Okay, are you ready? So, spinach. I'm going to add a little bit of dressing. Here we go. I have a platter. I don't know about you, but I am that type of person who I like my salad on a plate. I want to see it. Here's a little bit of salt, pepper. Okay, there they are. Take my tongs, mix, and I'm going to put my greens down on my plate. Okay, greens down. Now, this recipe serves 10. I'm going to share with Michael. Aren't I nice? Let's set this off to the side. Let's put some beautiful grapefruit on top. Okay.
Looks delicious.
Right. A little bit of onion. Just a little bit in case you have a date later. Okay. Onion. Red onion. And if you want, you could add shallots to the dressing, so then you don't have to have. I'm going to add a little bit of blue cheese. You could use feta. It's totally up to you. Okay. Then last but not least, our avocado. So I'm going to take my paring knife and I'm going to slice inside the avocado. Now I want to tell you a trick. If you are home and you're doing this and the avocado is not beautiful, nobody knows the menu. Take that avocado, put it into your dressing and use a hand wand or a blender and you can add that to the dressing. It will still have the avocado, but it will go ahead and be inside the dressing. So down we go. As you can see, I took my spoon and I'm scooping it out. The great thing is I have those beautiful slices that I made inside. And here we go. Like I say, I like doing this on top. I think that's enough. Yum. Michael, I'm ready if you're ready. We have a beautiful spinach, grapefruit, and avocado salad
Here, I'll take
for
it from
you to start. There you go.
Well, the avocado looks great.
I couldn't have planned that better. So, guess what? We need to make an entree. Aren't you excited? I'm ready to make an entree. Are you? We're going to make some salmon today. Whoops. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. So, I know that barbecue season is around the corner. So today, I am going to show you an ancho chili cherry barbecue sauce. I'm going to do beautiful salmon today. I hope you don't mind. We're going to get everything into our pot. So let's bring our pot to our board. Ready? I have my apple cider vinegar. And again, I'm making a smaller batch. I have my ketchup. In goes the ketchup. And again, you can use a low sugar, organic, depends on what your favorite brand is. I have some dried cherries that I'm putting in. Okay. Dark brown sugar. I have a little bit of cloves, a little bit of coriander, water because we need to help with those dried cherries, a garlic clove. I'm going to take my paring knife, cut it. I have my onion. I have there's a lot of ingredients, but it's so worth it. I have my beautiful molasses. I'm not using a real dark molasses. It's a little bit lighter. Okay. And an ancho chili. So let's move this out of the way. So for this one, I'm going to share with you. An ancho chili, when you're going to purchase it, it's going to be dry. It's going to be in a package. Now, when I purchase my ancho chilies, I want to make sure that, I can see that, there's pieces. I like adding the seeds. Some people don't. But I just want to share with you, I open it up and get it going. So I'm gonna turn this on, I'm gonna put all this on. Well, I wanna share with you, a lot of people don't like dealing with the actual peppers. Well, there is a spice shop near me and it sells ancho chili ground, ready to go. So you could go ahead and use that instead. So if you are looking at this recipe, it says 2 large stemmed. That would equal 1 tablespoon of ground ancho chili. Okay, so I don't know if you mind, I'm going to use the other half of my red onion to add into this barbecue sauce. So I'm going to help it out a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead, chop it, because we want this to go ahead and cook, come together, bubble, and cook. And the great thing is, I can make this, you know, welcome to it, oh, yum, welcome to a typical sauce. If you make it ahead of time, the flavor comes out. So we've got this sauce that Michael's going to show you. We have this wonderful sauce that we are going to go ahead and let it reduce. While it's reducing, as I say, let's not watch a pot. Let's go ahead and make our dessert, and we'll come back to this barbecue sauce. Okay, like I said, salad, as you saw, our beautiful spinach salad, our barbecue cherry with our salmon, which is going to be lovely, but we need to make dessert. Spring is around the corner. Welcome to summer. I don't know about you. To me, it says rhubarb. Rhubarb and strawberries. So, let's get going. For this one, I'm doing the best of both worlds. I'm using a pie bottom in my pie shell, but I'm putting a crumble on top. Isn't that fun? So, here we go. I have all my ingredients. I'm using ruby red rhubarb, say that 10 times fast. Beautiful strawberries. The store, oh my gosh, do you see how big these are? Look how great these are. I have a little bit of cornstarch and I have some vanilla. So, there's 2 ways to approach making this today. Well, if I am having a bunch of friends over, I'll make a pie. Okay, welcome to your traditional 9-inch pie dough. Okay, go ahead, open it up, roll it out. Ta-da, right? Isn't this easy? Look, it's in my own pan, right? Welcome to a great cheater. Okay, but if I'm expecting a bigger group than just say myself, Michael, and another couple, I might make them individual. Okay, so what does that mean? Glad you asked. Let's take this dough, take it out of our traditional pie shell. Okay, and I have these little aluminum cups. So I'm going to take my knife and I am going to cut around it double the size. Okay, double the size. And again, do you know why we're doing this? Because it's fun. It's fun, right? If we're not having fun, let's go home, right? So around we go. Now the great thing about the little ones is, I could have 2 little desserts instead of 1 big, right? It's Susan math. So I have my dough and I have my container here. Well, to make things easy, you have your circle. Cut a line. So then, see how? In we go. It's easier. Looks like I planned it, huh? As my husband says, after the first 50, you'll be great at it. Okay? So into my pan I go. Now, could I do this in muffin tins? Sure. I like the little individual because then I put them on a tray and then people can have these and they're great to take to friends' houses.
I can show them if you'd like.
Could you? Thank you. Again, don't forget, cut your line because it makes it easier. Circle, cut the line, and in we go. Michael, the sauce smells good.
Yeah, no, I turned it down just a little bit, so it's just kind of barely breaking the surface. So right around a very low simmer.
Okay, I've got one more. So, cut, twirl, in. Now you notice that we've got, again, I'm just making a small batch. So I like having the dough over, and then these extra scraps I could put, so if I don't want to do crumble on top, I could do lattice work, I could have a little bit of fun. But I like best of both worlds. So, here we go. Grab a bowl, put your rhubarb in, okay? Now my rhubarb, I went ahead, I washed, and I cut, and my strawberries I went ahead and washed, and now I'm going to quick cut. And I quarter them because the strawberries, when doing this, the strawberries really break down. So, in we go. Now we have double the amount of sugar. Half is going to go in with our fruit, and the other half is going to go in with our topping. So, again, we have our strawberries. So, our barbecue sauce is cooking. We're going to get our cobbler going. So, half is going to go in with the berries and the rhubarb. Don't forget, add your cornstarch. In we go. And your vanilla. Okay? So let's let this work. I have a spoon. I'm going to lightly toss it to get things going. Okay? Here, Michael. Do you want to show everybody? Look how great this looks. I'm telling you, I could not have bought bigger strawberries. Crazy, isn't it? So, we have our strawberries, we have our rhubarb. Now, we're going to take, and you could do this on a machine or with your hand. I have flour and butter, and I have oatmeal. Please use old-fashioned oats when you're doing this. If you use quick oats, it will soak up the liquid, and it'll become a paste versus a crumble. Add your other half of sugar. So if you're following along, we are making our barbecue sauce is going, our salad is done, and we're getting ready to finish up our strawberry rhubarb. We're making individual little pies in our tins, because then, you know, if somebody's ketoing or doing whatever, you know those people. It might be you, or you might be related to them. So I'm just going to take my hands. I could use a pastry cutter. I could use a whisk. And I am just breaking this down to make a wonderful crumble. Sometimes, instead of using vanilla, I will use lavender. I have a beautiful lavender plant. Or I will go ahead and use orange zest and put a little orange juice in, and orange juice zest in my crumble. Okay? So we're almost there. We're going to go ahead, get this set. And again, it'll come together. And if you have extra crumble when you do this, it's okay. You can put it into a container, a Ziploc bag, and throw it in the freezer. So the next time you have some beautiful fruit from the market, you know, again, strawberry, peaches, it's almost that time, you could go ahead and just pull this out and you're ready to go. So, let's take our hands and we are going to put our strawberry rhubarb mixture. Now, again, I know it looks like it's a lot in here, but don't forget it's going to deflate, okay? So in go our strawberries, our rhubarb, and the cornstarch is going to help with that thickening. Now, I know, trust me, some of you are going, Susan, cornstarch, really? Well, when I first was making strawberry rhubarb pie with my grandma, welcome to Grandma Martin, and everything, she taught me to use, I know, strawberry jello, a packet of strawberry jello, right? Let me quick get my hands washed. Strawberry jello on top. Well, since then, things have changed, and I'm using cornstarch, okay? And I know both will work, so let's put a little crumble. Michael, do you happen to have a sheet pan I could borrow?
Hey, what size would you like?
Small spine, half sheet pan, your choice, because it's almost barbecue sauce. So we gotta quit chatting. So as you can see, I'm putting my crumble on top. Doesn't this look great? Okay.
They're almost dried. I'm going to shut that off for right now.
Perfect. Okay, what do you think?
Looks great.
And the perfect thing is, the size is wonderful for a scoop of ice cream right on top, right?
Better go 2 scoops for safety.
Or whipped cream. Okay, so I do have a little bit of crumble left, but guess what? Not a problem. I can throw it in the freezer later. So let's get back to this barbecue sauce. Like Michael said, it is almost dry. So we're going to go ahead, put our towel on our board, and take this. So, can I show everybody?
That'd be great.
Look how great this looks.
Turn your hand like, there we go. Just like that's beautiful. So it's pretty much all absorbed.
Yes, and that's what we want. So, I'm going to set this here. Like I said, I'm going to have it with salmon. So, I'm going to put a little bit of oil in my pan, and I'm going to sear my salmon. Now, the great thing is, I could use this on chicken. Michael and I use it on pork, different things. When you're working with salmon, there is a presentation side. So the bloodline is the side that you don't want to show your friends. You want to sear this side first. So I'm just putting a little kosher salt and a little bit of cracked black pepper. We want to get our pan nice and hot. So if I was grilling outside, I would go ahead, get my grill ready, sear my salmon, and then I could finish it in here, or I could put a sheet pan out on my grill and go ahead, turn that grill down and let it cook that way. So then it has a nice even temperature. The biggest thing is when you're grilling, once you set that down, is make sure you're not scraping or peeking at it. It will cook halfway pink through before you need to flip it. Okay? Here we go. Our pan nice and hot. Here's our piece of salmon. And you're looking for that sizzle. So, let's quick wash our hands. And instead of peeking at it, remember, I just talked about that, we're going to go ahead and buzz. I have a hand mixer, and I am going to buzz my barbecue sauce. Now, could I leave it chunky? I could, but don't forget, guys, we have ancho chilies in here, we have dried cherries, we have that onion, the garlic. So I do leave it kind of chunky. And if it gets too dry, don't panic, okay? If it gets too dry, I want to share with you, sometimes I add apple juice to it to go ahead and help it, okay, to thin it out. So, let's set this off to the side. Set this off to the side. I have a plate, okay.
You can see how the presentation side is down in the pan, and the skin side, where the skin was, is here. So the pan is hot as it's going to be, so she's searing off or coloring that. And then we could do that on a grill, of course. You could broil that if you wish. So a lot of different options. In this case, we are searing it to saute it today.
Yum. Okay, so as you know me, I can't leave things alone. Okay, so did I mention this is spring, summer? So I blanched some asparagus. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to heat up my asparagus in the same pan as my salmon. Okay? So I have my salmon and my asparagus. Well, remember that barbecue sauce? Look how thick this is. We're going to brush some on the top. Yum.
I'm just gonna move that asparagus around a little bit, so, normally you couldn't do that on the grill, but we can go in a little pan with that, and so that salmon picks up that beautiful asparagus flavor and vice versa.
Okay, guys, I know. The great thing is, our salad is set, ready to go. You can make your dressing ahead of time. You can cut your onions, do all that, have your cheese, everything ready. Toss it right before service. Avocado, as you saw, I sliced mine right before I was ready to go. So, rhubarb and strawberry crisp, I can make that ahead of time and then leave it on that sheet pan, those individual ones, and pop them back into the oven when you go to heat up some coffee or, get ready for dessert. You can heat them up a second while you're waiting for your ice cream to soften, okay? Our salmon, I went ahead and seared. I could mark it on the grill ahead of time and then finish it in my oven in here if I'm not dining outside with my guests. I'm adding some asparagus today just for color, fun, like I said, spring, summer, ready to go. And everything sauteed spinach is beautiful. I could do some couscous. But again, I'm looking for something light, simple, ready to go. Now, I don't know about you, I'm a medium rare salmon person, so you can still hear the sizzle of my pan. So, I am going to take my asparagus out and then I'm all set because I added some of that beautiful barbecue sauce. If your barbecue sauce is cold, go ahead, heat it up before you put it on your salmon. But as you saw, we made that great barbecue sauce and you're ready to go. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to my asparagus. As you know, you saw me season my salmon. So I'm just adding some kosher salt, some cracked black pepper. Michael, how's that crisp going?
Let me take a quick look at it.
Okay. So, here we go.
It's gonna need a little bit of time, but again, this is for a video, so we can always pull it out and show them, that kind of thing. It's gonna take some time to cook that, because that dough, of course, was raw, so things to think about too.
Right. But you guys know me. I already have one ready for you. Okay, ready for this beautiful salmon? Oh my gosh. I am so excited, guys. Michael?
A lot of great color there as well.
I know. Okay, I'm going to let Michael show you this while I get my rhubarb crisp out.
So great colors that you can put a little more sauce on there if you wish, like that. But just even a little bit of arugula on top would be delicious, right? Or some roasted peppers or grilled peppers, charred peppers.
Definitely. Well, are you still with us? We have a beautiful spinach salad with our onion, avocado, blue cheese. Well, I wanted to share with you, guess what? I have to share with Michael today. I don't know why, but I am a great strawberry rhubarb. I will share my salad, my salmon, but when it comes to dessert, yum. So I just wanted to let you know I baked one ahead of time and I made this in a dish for two. Okay, so it's in a dish for two. As you can tell, I put it under my, on a sheet pan. So this is in a dish for two, so we can put ice cream on top. I can share.
I brought my spoon. Where's yours?
I will share with you. I will. I put a little bit of powdered sugar on it. And the great thing is I can pop this back in the oven and warm it and everything. But like I said, this is a wonderful, simple meal that you can make ahead of time. So if you're following along, don't forget, let's make our dressing. We can make it a day ahead of time. We can make that barbecue sauce a day ahead of time. Okay, so the barbecue sauce, when I made it, I went ahead, I put it into a pan. If it gets too thick, add some apple juice to it. So we have our salad. I'm using baby greens. Arugula works just as well. I have onion, grapefruit. Don't forget, you could use oranges, mandarin oranges. You could add almonds or blue cheese. Then our salmon. I'm using salmon today. It works great with beautiful chicken breast. And again, anytime you're barbecuing, always make sure that you sear the item off first and have it cooked at least half to 3/4 of the way through before you add your barbecue sauce. Now, with this ancho chili and cherry barbecue sauce, the great thing is something different. It works well with pork, chicken. Beef, I would add a little bit of almonds to it. And last but not least, our dessert. I do have a crust in the bottom, and I have the cobbler on top of it. The wonderful thing is, it's the best of both worlds. I put it into a dish ramekin ready for two, or you could do individual ones, and the great thing is everybody can have a little bit, and you can do an assortment. So you could buy some store-bought double chocolate cupcakes, or have different ice cream cups, and then you can accommodate with that and your strawberry rhubarb. Well, I hope you enjoy our day here in the kitchen and everything, and thank you so much for joining me. Have a great summer.
Hi, everybody. Yay. So
Oh,
now,
that was really, really yummy looking. Oh, goodness. I want all of those foods. I would replace the salmon with the chicken. That was a great idea. That was a great idea. I'm not a big fish fan, so, but the chicken
well,
sounds great.
and the wonderful thing is you could grill some chicken, do it on a plate, or do it on, like I said, a brioche or a pretzel roll, and put a little arugula and some blue cheese. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, that's why I like making a big batch of that. And you could thin down your barbecue sauce with some apple juice, or if you happen to have cherry juice.
You're making me very much regret not having supper.
Is there any questions?
Yeah, we had a couple of questions in the chat. Let's see. How much of the ancho chili powder to use again? How much was in that? Let's see.
So for your two
1 ounce?
chilies, you're going to go ahead and use 1 ounce of the powder. Like I said, if you don't want to deal with the ancho chilies, you can get ancho chili powder and go ahead and use 1 ounce. But it's up to you. If you want it a little less spicy, go ahead and take it down to a 1/2 ounce.
And they were wondering what store for the spices. What store do you use for the spices?
So me, I'm lucky to have nearby me a Spice Bazaar, you know, or Pete's is great with spices if you are near Pete's. And don't forget Caputo's is just as wonderful, and Woodman's.
Oh, somebody was wondering about Penzies.
Oh, very good. That's a good one too.
Okay.
But when you guys are purchasing spices, don't purchase, you know, I'm a Costco member. You might be a Sam's Club member. Certain things I will buy at Costco, and spices I will not, because I'd hate to have to will it to somebody, because I'm not going to use all that cinnamon in my lifetime. It's true. It's true. You know this. You know this.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, goodness. We have a couple people that said that they thank you for the presentation, that they very much enjoyed it, that you make a great team. I believe they're referring to you and your husband. And Lynn was also wondering, will red hot chili peppers work?
Fresh red hot chili peppers, that would work. If you want to use a hot paprika would work also. But you know, if you want to replace a fresh chili for a dried chili, you know that you need to double the amount, because a fresh is half the amount. So that's why the reason I like having dried chilies at home is then, you know, I have that amount, I can go ahead, I can use it, and I don't have to worry about the shelf life. Because sometimes, you know, you buy fresh chilies, you don't get to them and everything, and then me, I end up, we had a bunch of jalapenos last year. Michael and I, we had way too many tomatoes and way too many jalapenos. And so we ended up making candied jalapenos. And so you can, do that with your extra chilies. You could pickle them, you could candy them, and then you're ready to go to use them or just chop them and freeze them.
That sounds incredible. Wow. And I'm not even a spice fan, but that sounds really good.
Right? And I would love
Yeah.
to take credit. We had it at a friend's house and she made them, and you have to make them and let them sit a month before, and then you can just sit and eat them just like candy, and they're really good.
Wow.
Repeat the fresh and dry herbs again.
Oh, could you repeat the fresh and dry herbs again?
The different ratios.
So,
The different ratios?
So you have, let's say we have 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. Okay. 2 tablespoons chopped fresh parsley. You are going to use half that amount, 1 tablespoon of dry, double fresh, because when you dry an herb, you are taking all the liquid out of it and making that flavor more intense. But don't forget, if you are using a fresh bay leaf versus a dry bay leaf, crack it in half to open it. If you're using rosemary, chop it to wake it up. Because again, when you're purchasing your spices, especially when you're at a spice shop, you want to see how old the package is. You want to know if you have McCormick spices at home, you can go on their website and type in the barcode, and it'll tell you if the expiration date is gone or if it's too old.
Really? That actually is really, really handy.
Okay, but if you do not have a barcode on it, it is 12 years old.
Oh God.
Oh, I hope I don't have any of those left in my home.
Yes, I had a friend who came and was cooking with me over the holiday season, and I have a fresh bay leaf bush at my house. I call him Bob. So I had a fresh bay leaf, and I cracked it open. She's like, "This smells so good," and I go, she goes, "I didn't know bay leaves were green." And I said, "Yes." She goes, "Well, the ones in my cabinet are brown." And I'm like, you need to get rid of them. And that's the thing. Pick your core spices. And if you need to, and that's why I like a spice blend place, then I can go buy 2 tablespoons of something, or I only need a little of this. Then I'm not, with all these spices, what am I going to do? Or all the blends. I will have if you open the cupboard that's behind me above my KitchenAid mixer, like you see in my kitchen, you open it up, and I have handwritten notes of different spice blends that are like my chili for chili, and for barbecue, my barbecue rub, and da 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 da. So then I can just blend it with my core spices, and then I'm ready to go.
That sounds like a really, really great way to do that. I have many spices, and many of them are in the very large jars, like you just said, not to particularly get, because you're absolutely right. I don't know the next time I'm going to use that much pumpkin spice.
Right.
So.
And that's the biggest thing is, when are you going to use it? Or if you purchase it, share the spice. Yeah. Like a friend, she ended up, I go, send it home with people, and they can put it on top of their hot chocolate, or, a little bit of pumpkin pie spice in your coffee or your tea, or something fun and different.
Those are all great ideas.
And it's not even fall. It's not even fall.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, just so everyone, if you joined us late, this program was recorded. All right. And you are able to view it starting tomorrow for 2 weeks on our YouTube site. All right. And also, we just wanted to say thank you again so much to Chef Susan Maddox for being here. This was a wonderful presentation. I'm so excited to go home and cook now. So,
Right? We just need the weather, you know, we just need a little bit. It was a little too windy the day, and with us taping, all you would have heard was the wind. So I had my windows open. I wanted to, but we're grilling already. We're in it. We're in it to win it.
all right. Wonderful. Yes, our grill is not on yet, but we will get there. All
Have
right.
fun,
Wonderful.
and thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all coming, and we will see you next time.
Have a nice night, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.